Hi Team Up. It's Fee Jameson Folland here with a few minutes that I get to spend with you. It's my highlight of the week. So, are you interested in being able to find out a way that you can significantly increase the volume that's running through your business this week? Not only this week, but for this year. Well, for those of you who are interested, then you probably want to stay tuned for the next couple of minutes. I want to tell you the story of a situation, an experience that I had, which would have been back in November last year. So November 2012, the time that I'm making this video. And what I did was I was making my way down to do some training down in Nelson and a little bit of prospecting down there, and also catch up with family, friends. And I happened to meet a gentleman on the plane, and we got just chatting, having a chat. He was an older gentleman, and I was really interested to hear what he was going to be doing down in Nelson, and it was really great to just connect with this person and find out more about him and what he's doing. And we had some interests that were in common, like tramping and flying and that kind of thing. So it was really lovely. And he mentioned that he had a health challenge. It happened. And so I just asked him a few questions about that, and really asked if he was open to hearing a little bit more information about something that might be able to help him. And I actually referenced a video that I'd seen online that might be able to help him. So he was very happy to give me his card, his email address. And so I followed up with him and sent that information to him, that video. And then I had the time that we'd fixed, we'd decided to connect again, just so I could hear how he found that video and the information. He found it really interesting when I chatted with him, and he said he was due to pop back and see his specialist, and he would run this concept by his specialist, this idea of what might be able to help him, so he could perhaps reduce his meds. And I was very clear when I said you need to talk very clearly and work closely with your medical professional. So I was very happy to do that. And so I hadn't heard back from him, and I missed him at the time that we'd set, so I followed him up again. And he said that he hadn't yet seen the health professional, so he needed to postpone it. So we made another time to connect, which we did. And he said, well, it's interesting because he'd run, when I did finally speak to him after he'd seen his professional, his specialist, he said, this specialist said, well, it certainly can't do you any harm to take that product. And so I'd sent him some information on it as well, which he had shown his specialist. And so he was very happy with that. And he said, well, okay, let's have a look at the product. And so I sent him through some very specific information about it. And when I followed up with him, he wasn't happy with the price. He wasn't clear about the value. So I gave him some information about that and arranged to speak to him again, which we did. And so when I spoke to him again, he'd spoken with some friends who'd come across using a health product to help with a similar issue. And so what I'd said kind of matched up and made sense with what his specialist had said and what his friends were saying. So he decided to purchase. And he was very happy with that. I followed up to see how he was going. And when I sent him the product, I actually also at that same time sent him a sample for one of the products, one of the bars actually, that I'd mentioned when we chatted on the plane. So by now we had an order after about 5 follow-ups, and by now we're at about 6 follow-ups. Since that time, after several more follow-ups, he was very happy with what he's taking at the moment. He needs to see what the blood tests are like so he can see if he chooses to continue on. In the meantime, he's ordered 2 boxes of bars. I've also sampled him a couple of other products in the process. Now, do you think this gentleman is likely to order again? Well, probably. He uses these products now, the health product every day, and he also uses the bars when he's going and playing golf. And do you think it's more likely that he's going to be perhaps making a recommendation or referral for a friend of his to say, well, these bars are really nice, perhaps somebody out on the golf course? And so especially if I ask him for that referral and mention that obviously I'd want to find a way of rewarding him to say thank you very much for that referral. Now, are those people that he may well tell about the products, are they on my names list? Or is he providing those names because he's happy with something that he thinks is good? And that's so neat, because this is actually how USANA works. So I wanted to share that example with you. And when you actually are doing that with people and taking a genuine interest in what might be able to help them and being prepared to actually follow up. If you think about the other experiences in your life, things that are there all the time. Let's say there's somebody that you like. You go out on your first date. You need to follow up to take the relationship any further. Maybe in your current relationship, you need to catch up, see that person maybe a couple of times a week, or if you happen to be living with them, you're going to be seeing them a lot more frequently. You need to have times when you check in with your kids, with your parents. So this is a very natural process, and I think the more we can see it that way, the more we realize that people are actually getting started with you. Yes, they bond to the product, but that's because you help them to do so. So I trust that that's useful, and it may seem like hard work, but is it hard to be having a genuine connect conversation with somebody? These conversations I've had with this gentleman have taken a maximum of 5 minutes each time. It's just a case of being organised. When you're organised, especially at the beginning of the year, then you set yourself up for a pattern of success. And is it hard work? Well, I actually find it challenging to use that word because to me it's not hard. But is it more challenging to need to keep on replacing your customers? Or is it better to be able to actually grow your customer base through referrals from very happy customers who you've found a way to connect with in a genuine way on a regular basis? Anyway, have a fabulous USANA week, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye!